That's
tonight.
That's one thing I asked Josh. I'm going to ask you for a name drop right now. Can you give me a comedian that you saw come in and had never done this before? It was so crazy green, and now it's kind of cool, like almost like mommy and daddy. But I mean, now they're featuring. They're starting to take that next step.
Yeah, I mean, tonight, Gary Sixkiller.
That's who he said.
Yeah, he came in as a first-timer, tried it for open mic, and he came in consistently for open mics for the last, 6 months or so, and he's been going to a lot of other ones, too, and he's featuring tonight, so yeah.
On the last night.
Yep.
And very fitting tonight is Mitch Jones.
Of course.
Your first sellout crowd.
Oh, yeah.
So we
love Mitch.
Right, and we have Alaska, one of your long-time employee. How long have you been here, Alaska?
Actually, I've only been here since June. Before that, I was doing the Bare Naked Comedy radio for UNC Student Radio.
Okay, so you're a radio person.
Oh, I was. And then I didn't go back to school.
All right. But you're going to go back, Alaska.
Oh, yes, I will.
How bad do you hate when people ask you that?
Are
you going back?
I don't mind it that much. When it comes from my family, of course, it's a little stressful.
Yeah, that's their job.
Yeah.
Get on your ass. So
yeah, definitely.
Danielle, you're an author on the side.
Yeah.
What do you like more?
What, my real job or my author writing?
Author writing.
I enjoy writing, obviously, but I don't get paid for it a whole lot at this point. So
that's a tough gig. Now,
yeah.
how would you compare writing to being a comic? I mean, is it about the same level of hardness making it? I mean, is it difficulty about the same, you think?
I don't know. I think it's two different things. It's apples and oranges a little bit.
Okay.
They're both writing, and both of them, you obviously have like an unlimited potential of people coming in and trying it and falling out, and there's some people who stick it through. But yeah, I mean, if you want something bad enough and you're going to practice it and go for it, then I think anybody has a chance at anything.
Sure. Okay. That's a good answer. How many books have you written so far?
I have 3 that I've written that have been published. I have more than that have not been picked up by publishers, and then I have a couple short stories.
Can you track how many people have bought the book or online, or is there a way to track that?
Yeah, I used to.
Oh, yeah, but not anymore.
Yeah, I kind of lost that enthusiasm. The first one came out in 2009, and so for a year or so, I was really about tracking who was looking at my website and who was buying what, and then the newness kind of wore off a little bit.
It's still kind of exciting, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
What was the first book?
My first one is called Day 94.
Okay, that's the one we talked about last night.
This one, the disease epidemic kind of thing.
Right,
yeah.
And that was in 2009.
Yep.
I was under the impression that was the latest one.
Nope, that was the first one.
Oh, and by the way, DM Slate is her pen name, correct? So
Yep.
you can find that on Amazon. You can find it on
just
every.
Google it.
Just Google DM Slate.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Second book?
Second one was called Isolated, and it's a story based off Josh and I when we got married. We got married in Mexico, and we went on an ATV tour that was sponsored by our hotel.
Okay.
And we were the only 2 people on the tour. And so our tour guides decided we were going to take a shortcut through a drug camp in the middle of a jungle.
You're shitting me.
Oh, no, it was really scary.
How old are you guys at this point?
I was 20 and Josh was 21.
So you guys have been together for a long time. How long have you been together for?
We have been together for 17 years.
And you guys get together in middle school or something, right?
Junior high. Yeah, 9th grade. So, I mean, now that would be technically high school, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And we've never broken up.
And it's still going strong.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we argue.
Well, you're supposed
but,
to.
Yeah, I mean, we have our own opinions. But, yeah.
I sometimes I'm a little gullible, so I told him, hey, you guys want to be on first? And Josh goes, I will not be on with her. And I thought, I hit a nerve. And Danielle tells me, no, he's just being a dick. So
yeah, that's just normal.
So, I mean, what are your feelings about the closing of the Down Under? I mean, is it kind of a relief in some ways? Is it? Let me put that a different way. You guys aren't done.
No, we're not done.
But is it kind of a relief that this part of it's done and you can go move on to a next level, to a next step?
Yeah. We were really sad several months ago because we've known this has been coming for a little while.
Sure.
We had to make the decision. Kind of the main thing that forced us to make this decision is renewing the liquor license.
Sure.
So we've done it for 2 years. Do you renew it for another year?
Right.
And we had to weigh all the options, and you have to do that like 90 days before it expires. So
really?
we were thinking about this 4, 5, 6 months ago.
Okay.
And so we got down to that 90-day mark, and we made that decision not to do it. So at that point, we were really sad.
Right.
But we've known about this for a little while, so at this point, we're just kind of excited to wrap things up and see what the future holds.
When did the Down Under first open? Like the original Down Under?
This building was built in 1973 or 74.
Oh, wow.
And so it originally opened as a place called the Rubaiyat. So it was a Persian-themed kind of restaurant.
Okay.
So I don't know how long it was a Rubaiyat, maybe 5, 6, 7 years. And then it closed and it opened as the Down Under. Okay. It was Down Under for probably 20 years.
Right.
And then it closed completely and was vacant for a long time.
And then you guys moved in.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Here's the meat of the conversation. And I didn't let Josh talk about this at all. Uh-oh. Because I said, well, I'll ask Danielle about this. You have a strong belief that the Down Under is haunted.
Yeah, I do. Which is maybe a little hokey because of the stuff that I write, which is why we never really have done anything with it. But yeah, there's definitely something here.
But you're not the only one that's seen it.
Oh, no, I actually myself have never seen anything.
Oh, really?
I've heard a lot of things, and I've felt a lot of things, but I've never seen anything. All the visual stuff has come from customers and family members.
And just like, not awkward people, but just like...
random people that...
Yeah.
Well, not random. I think maybe there's been other people that have probably seen things, they've never said anything.
Right.
But it's been comedians and people that are comfortable with us that have said, whoa, I just saw this or whatever.
Like, what have they seen?
Wow, we have a list. We've had an old lady seen twice. So by two different people, so I'm thinking it's the same old woman by two different people. Okay. We've had an old man seen.
Right.
And then we've had quite a few, like, dark, shadowy figures of a person. You can't tell if it's a man or a woman, whatever.
Right.
It's like a shadow.
Right.
And we've had quite a few people seen that, like, moving or walking or just
right
in general.
Well, that's cool.
Maybe.
But you're having someone come next week and check it out.
Yeah, we're having a paranormal investigation team come, and they're gonna come and do city archives all day long and go through property searches and everything, and then they'll be here all night.
They're gonna stay the night here.
Yeah.
That's a crazy job to have. Isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be scary.
Are you guys gonna stay with them?
I don't know. We'll probably stay for a little while. I don't know that that's why we haven't done this yet, is because I don't really want to know what's down here. It might scare me too much.
Right.
So now that we're leaving, I'm like, yeah, we can find out what's down there.
Because I asked you yesterday if you ever challenged it. You were
no.
No, hell no.
No, oh no.
And you told me it followed Liz home, so I haven't challenged it either.
Yeah.
And I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't. Alaska, have you seen anything?
I haven't really seen anything. It's more of a feeling I get.
Okay.
There will be times where I'm down here alone, especially after a show, cleaning up, and I feel like hands brushing up against my leg, like my upper thigh, and then I always feel really uncomfortable, and I get so unnerved that sometimes I have to actually run upstairs and hang out with people because I get so scared.
There are people upstairs. You're not completely alone then.
Yeah, no, I mean, there'll be people, like outside smoking, but when I'm down here by myself cleaning, it gets to be kind of unnerving.
Yeah, it can be scary sometimes. That's why when you asked me if I've ever challenged it, I'm like, oh no, because it's I've honestly probably a handful of times I have sprinted out of here not felt safe until that deadbolt was locked and I was outside.
Right.
I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
though.
I'm not going to challenge that.
And has that been recently, or has this been over 2 years?
Over the whole period of time. We never actually experienced it before we opened. We were here for 4 months renovating in the middle of the night, during the day,
right.
whatever. And there was nothing ever that we really ever felt until probably a couple months after we were open.
What was the first thing, though?
I'm not sure the first for Josh. I definitely remember my first experience because it terrified me. I came down the stairs and I was here by myself. I had to come during the day, which
right.
It's hard to know by not being here, but there's not a single window in this place, and
Sure.
it's in the basement.
Sure.
So when you come in, even during the day, it's pitch black. And all the lights are down inside the building. So you come in darkness, and you have to walk in and know where they are and flip them on.
Right.
And I came in, and I went into what we have turned into the dish pit. And something was scratching, and I didn't know what it was. It was the only time we've ever caught a mouse in this place. It was not too long after we opened. And it was actually down in like paper bag of,
Okay.
I don't know how it got in there, but it fell down in the bag and it was like scratching, trying to get out, and it couldn't.
Right.
So it freaked me out because it was a mouse, obviously. But, I thought, okay, I'm going to save the day. I take the mouse outside and I let it go in the parking lot, right? I'm like, oh, how cute. So I felt so great about myself. And then I come back downstairs and I was going to shut the lights off. And I have to shut them off back in that dish pit room. And all the main lights in the whole kind of dining area and stage were completely black. Everything was off.
Right.
And something was moving on the stage. Something big.
Oh, shit.
And it wasn't like you couldn't hear footsteps, but there was something moving on the stage. I don't know how to explain it.
You caught it out of your peripheral vision? Or?
I didn't see anything. It was all black, but I could hear it. There's noises that should not be happening on that stage that are happening. And then it's just this feeling of terror, like this. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like this feeling like surrounding you and enveloping you. So I bolted out of here and locked that door as quickly as I could.
Right.
So that was the first time I remember anything.
That's crazy. Okay. We're going to wrap this up pretty quick there because we've had every comic in here damn near except for Six Killer, and I've been giving him shit all day because he's been drinking already, so I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah, pass on that one.
I know he loves you guys, and he can tell you about it later. But
yes.
Do you have any message for the comics?
No, I just want to thank them all. It's been such an experience. When Josh and I came into this, we knew we were going to grow, learning to run a business and all the things, marketing and promo and all that stuff that happens behind the scenes. But we've grown so much as people and just individuals and all of our friends that we've acquired through all this. So it's been amazing. And I just want to tell them all thank you for coming out and supporting us, coming to open mics, coming and doing the shows. I know that what we pay them compared to huge venues is probably a little,
it's all relative.
It's all relative, yeah, but nobody ever really cared. They came and they had a good time and they did their thing and it's been fun.
I think comics understand the fact that you being open helps them.
Right.
In any aspect. One last question for you, Danielle. Say there's a young couple want to do this somewhere else. They want to open a club. They want to start something like this. Give me a piece of advice of something you could do over. I should have prepped you for this question, shouldn't I?
No. I think that there's quite a few factors that you have to take into consideration. The city that you're in, if it's conservative, if it's liberal, your location, which we obviously have a little disadvantage with the location we chose.
Sure.
And you have to be willing to really work.
Right.
You got to put in a lot of hours all the time, and you just got to like it, enjoy it.
And did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yep. For sure.
Well, I look forward to seeing what you guys have in store for the Greeley, Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Who knows what it has in the future, but we're not going to go away, that's for sure.
No, and I want to personally thank you guys for everything. I thank Josh. I want to thank you because every time I want to come out here, you guys have always been good about inviting me out and giving me stage time and letting me do whatever the hell I want because I'm spoiled like that, and I do appreciate it. And thanks for the friendship because you guys have been awesome. I always look forward to coming out here and seeing you guys. I always look forward to hanging out here. You know what I mean? And I've also made friends, and it's cool that Northern Colorado comedy has become its own entity.
Yeah, it really has. There's a group of people from around here that can't make it to Denver all the time.
Right.
And now they're their own little niche.
Right.
And so it's a good thing.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on. Thank you, Alaska.
Of course.
What are the plans after this real quick?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, I currently work at Olive Garden. I'm hoping to get tip certified so that I can start training to be a bartender somewhere.
Cool.
But further in the future, I actually want to open up a burlesque club, and that's why I started working here, really.
To learn.
Yeah, to learn, and I've learned a lot about comedians.
Just a burlesque club?
Yeah, comedian, comedy,
Okay.
burlesque,
all right.
music venue, the whole
Well, you
nine
learned from
yards.
good people, so hopefully it works out for you.
Certainly.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for being on, and best of luck to you guys.
Thank you
Thank
both.
you so
All
much.
right, later.